Okay, in today's video, I'm going to recalculate one of the setups that we had today in Amazon on the 30-minute chart, and it was actually a nice little two-step pattern, but I want to show you how I come up with the levels. So first, I'm going to start by running the retracement of the prior low to high swing. Okay, and it looks like the low is made right on top of a 50% retracement, but there's more. So we would also take 100% of the first swing down, so the high to the low, and then project 100% of that from the lower high. And that came in at the 3156 area. And then we would also run the extension of this low to high swing, and that gave us, let's see, the 1272 extension that overlapped the other price relationships. That came in at 3151. Actually, I think I wrote that wrong. It was 86. So let me correct that there. And then the the low end of it was where that symmetry came in at 3156.52. So we had the zigzag into the support cluster, and then it triggered, and then it met target number one, and you had a nice little rally of 44 bucks from a day trade decision. So let me show you again, for those of you that are still confused about triggers, is, well then, how do you know you're supposed to get in it against here? So if you trade down into the zone and it does hold and stabilize, go down to the lower time frame chart and look for a trigger entry. Now, for the most part, I've told people to use the 834 EMA crossover, okay? And in this case, it's a little bit far away from where this low was made, but yet it still did give you a nice buy signal, and actually it didn't even cross back to the downside yet, so maybe we'll still see some higher prices from there. But if you would prefer getting in a little bit closer to support, there's a couple of other things you can do. You can always use a tick chart if you find one that would trigger relatively quickly. Okay, and the 1 minute chart I pretty much just use for the day trade decisions. And then you can use a tick chart, or you can use a different combo as far as the moving average crossover. Now you're only using the crossover for your entries, not really for your exits in this case. But this would have gotten you in a whole lot tighter. Now what this is the 513 EMA crossover. So if you want it to trigger a little bit closer, here's the crossover here, and over here is where you took out a prior swing high. So once both of those things occurred, that was your buy, and that's going to get you in a bit closer. And then your risk definition would be either underneath the low made prior to your buy trigger, or underneath the low end of the zone, which in this case was the 3156 area. And this is basically textbook. You had the zigzag, you had all the price relationships hold, and then you met minimum target number one. It's not always going to happen this way. Not all of my trades are going to be winning trades, okay? But at least this one was a nice one today.